in memory of our beloved Peter Amentas. I especially would like to welcome the Amentas family for attending. Zilda Amentas, along with Peter's children, Maura, Luke, and Andrea. At this time, we request a moment of silence in memory of Peter Amentas, as well as all the difficulties and challenges we have faced throughout the year and any other intentions we may have. Our first speaker is the president of Bravo, Tony Napoli.
Good morning. I tend to wake people up. Speak louder. Everybody was very happy. They said you're getting up at the podium and you don't have a speech. Wrong. The president always has a speech. But yeah, as Mariana just said, basically, thank you everybody for joining us at this dedication to celebrate the life of what I can say my dear friend, co-worker Peter Amentas. It's events like this that make it very important to all of us, because that makes sure that we never forget and we keep reminding people as we go along. First, I'd like to thank Marianne and Mary O'Connor for spearheading this event and the board of directors for allowing the funding to make it happen. Thank you very much. Peter was an active member, he was a lifetime member, he was a charter member, he was a board of director, and told me I can't say he was a pain in the I'm not allowed to say that. It isn't easy to separate a dedication speech from a eulogy, from a memorial, when you're trying to put something like this together. What it should be is it should be festive, just like Peter would want it to be. For those of us who have been around for some time, there was never a doubt who Peter was. He was admired for his dedication to the Bravo family. He always said Bravo was his life, and that was undoubtedly true. That's the legacy that he leaves behind, and we know we will always remember him for it. Peter was born in Brooklyn, for those of you that don't really know his background. He attended Fort Hamilton High School and Brooklyn Tech. At Brooklyn College, he graduated magna cum laude with a major in sociology. He continued his education by earning a master's degree in counseling and also studied nursing at Long Island College Hospital. But many people just knew Peter as a Bravo member and an EMT. He's proudly served our community, our country, for 3 years in the Air Force, and with much time spent in Vietnam. Upon his return, after spending a year in seminary and then considering a career in the police department, Peter devoted most of his professional life to working for the U.S. government as a special agent with U.S. Customs. He joined Bravo in 1974, shortly before I did. He was one of my cohorts, even though I tried blaming him for everything. We completed our training in first aid, advanced first aid, emergency medical technician, EMT defibrillation when that came along, driver training, and CPR. He served as a member, as a mentor, and as a friend. He was on Bravo's board of directors for 7 years. He's also been a member of the Constitution Committee, the Membership Committee, the Nomination Committee, and any other committee that he can possibly put together to get things done. He has many great Bravo experiences riding the ambulance, and a few that I don't dare talk about. But don't worry, Peter, wherever you are, he says, the secrets are safe with me. I'll keep quiet for now. He led with confidence and caring manner and treated each patient with like that of his fellow crew members. During his many years with the organization, he remained strong and an effective leader. Having a degree in sociology, he was a perfect fit for Bravo. Sociology is the study of social life, social change, social causes, and the consequences of human behavior. sociologist would investigate the structure of groups, organizations, and societies, and how people interact with within this context. I wondered if he was ever studying us or preparing for a thesis, because he definitely always took notes. He continued to serve on many committees before rejoining the board of directors yet once again. In October, we were sad to announce his passing. He was a beloved husband, father, grandfather, who passed away at 70 after a long battle with brain cancer. During his illness, he lived with the same decisiveness, bravery, acceptance, connection to others, and his love for the organization. We could never get rid of him. He was a true inspiration of what Bravo's spirit should be. He's survived by a loving and devoted wife, Zilda, his son Luke, his daughters, Nora and Andrea, his brother, his sisters, his grandchildren, his nieces, his nephews, and in-laws, and anybody else that came around that Peter decided to take under his wings. As Bravo approaches our 50th anniversary with the support of the community and commitment of members like Peter, we look to continue to provide the best volunteer ambulance service with the best volunteers in the world. Bravo is both pleased and honored to have Peter as one of our family. His dedication and outstanding performance are a true testament to what Bravo Volunteer is and what we bring to the Bay Ridge, Dyker Heights, and Fort Hamilton communities. Peter will also be dearly remembered and missed by the countless friends whose lives were touched and enriched by his kindness, confidence, grace, mentoring, prayers, and cursing every now and then. With honor, we bestow the privilege of naming Bravo's boardroom in his name. As with the cruise lounge inside and the dedication we did for that one's known as the Rushin Room, in memory of one of Bravo's founders, John Rushin. Moving forward, as I said, this will forever be known as the Peter Amentas Boardroom. Let's get to Peter, we have it covered from here. Thank you.
I'm suffering from CRA, can't remember anything, so I'm going to read my speech, but it comes from the heart, believe me. Mariana and Tony, thank you very much. And on behalf of the Bravo Board of Directors, I welcome you today to honor the memory of Peter Amentas.
I'm going to pick on him, he's not a speaker.
Well, first thing I'm going to take this off because I can't read because my glasses are fogged. Anyway. Okay. I consider myself a newcomer to Bravo, to the ranks of Bravo actually, because having been recruited by Pam Carlton in 2013. However, I had the good fortune to meet Peter the first time I set foot in the Bravo facility here, because he was leading my initial interview team. And over the past years, serving as Bravo as a dispatcher, for obvious reasons I can't get on an ambulance. Nevertheless, I had the pleasure of serving Bravo and our community with the man we have come to honor today. What Peter meant to Bravo and to the board of directors can be explained as easy as A, B, C. For Peter remained active with Bravo for almost 40 years. His knowledge and insights to the organization's operations were a guiding light for the board to follow to ensure continued success. Peter was also benevolent throughout his time with Bravo. He was always ready to help in any way, whether as a teacher and mentor to new recruits such as myself, or to offer clarity on complex decisions facing the board of directors. Finally, Peter was courageous. From his service to our country, to the diagnosis of that dreaded disease, and his battle to the end, he did not falter. He will always be an inspiration to this organization that meant so much to him. And all I may say is, thank you, Peter, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
John. I would now like to ask Tony and John to join Zilda and Peter's children to unveil the plaque.
Zilda, you can take that one. That was middle name Aristide. Aristide. That one would have been too much money, really. Okay. You guys can come around my side.
Thank you, Tony. I would now like to ask Peter Amentas to say a few words.
Good morning. First, I would like to thank everyone for coming to commemorate Pete with this very special honor. I would especially like to thank Tony Napoli, Jim Gonzalez, and Anna Murray for all her hard work, and all the Bravo members for making this commemoration possible. Peter was a very brave, selfless, and loving man with a great sense of humor. He was the first one to help in any way he could, whether it was a neighbor or a family member. He also loved being a mentor to his younger colleagues, which enriched their lives for the better in so many ways. Bravo meant everything to Pete, and despite the fact that he was dying of glioblastoma brain cancer, he insisted on going to the meetings and participate the best he could. Pete would always tell me how Bravo did more for him than he did for Bravo. I just want to thank all of you at Bravo for this beautiful commemoration on Pete's behalf. I know that if Pete were still here with us today, he would be deeply touched with this honor. Pete's legacy continues on through all of us and all the lives he touched. He encouraged Andrea, our daughter, to become a nurse, and was so proud of her as he was of his son Luke and daughter Maura. I would like to thank Bravo for all that you do and for all your support throughout Pete's illness and now. Pete will live forever in our hearts. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll get it in a second. We'll get it. We'll get it.
Thank you, Zilda. I would now like to ask Jim Gonzalez to share some thoughts about Peter.
Hi, everybody. I know Pete since I was 12 years old. What an honor to have him as, I would say, my best friend throughout my life. Now, Pete was a character. Everybody knows that. When Pete came into a room, he lit it up. He did that from when he was a child. I mean, when he was young. The guy was a natural girl magnet. That's why he used to hang around. But anyway, we went to Brooklyn Tech together, and he decided that he didn't like it because there were no girls there. It was an all-boys school at that time. He went to Fort Hamilton, where he excelled in many ways. And he was a character, like I said. But, all right, when he graduated Fort Hamilton, he said, "What are you going to do now, Pete?" And he says, "Well, I'm joining the Air Force." I go, "What are you, out of your mind? There's a war going on." That didn't stop him. He had a dedication to duty, all right? So he went to Vietnam. He came back from Vietnam a changed person. I really thought he was dangerous, let's put it that way. But I'm with him one day, and he goes, you know what? I decided I want to be a priest. And in his resume, you just heard, most people didn't even notice. So from soldier, he said he wanted to be a priest. Now in the Greek church, you can become married and be a priest, so I can understand. But anyway, he went to the seminary for 2 years. Then one day I get a call, he says, come on, I'm coming back home. So his father was dying at the time, so he had a decision to make. So he came back home, and while he was home, he says, I don't want to be a priest anymore. I want to be a policeman. I go, okay. Now listen, a soldier, priest, now policeman. He decides to take the test for the New York City Police Department. Out of 55,000 applicants, Peter Amentas scored #1 in the city. No, not many people know that. And he was going to be a policeman. But that year, the city was going bankrupt. So he never got to be a cop. The Daily News did a spread on him, and his picture was in the paper, whatever. But he eventually, Tony told him about the rest of his history. He put his brains to work. But during that, right after that, he started with Bravo. Now, he was one of the original members of Bravo. Now, throughout this, there was a basic theme that always he was doing something for the better good of everybody. He always had that belief in it. And it's all, the Greeks have a word for it, it's called philokonia, if you could understand it. And many Bravo members have it also. It's a feeling that you have to do something for the good of the whole, for your community, for the world. And he lived his life that way throughout. And he's always been my friend for once. He was really an attractive guy. I want to get this framed and maybe we'll put it in.
Thank you, Jim.
That was great. Well done.
It takes a village to run this organization, and putting together a ceremony like this is no simple task. I want to thank some of the people who have made this event possible. My committee consisting of Jim Kutsavalis and Jimmy Nealon. Might I just add that Peter Amentas recruited the three of us to come back to Bravo and be on the board of directors with him. Also, we'd like to thank Tony Napoli, Diane Napoli, John Joyce, Amy Christodoulou, and the youth squad officers and members for cleaning and setting up Bravo Base. Eileen Ocroft, Carol Beneducci, Pam Carlton, and Jerry Gutzman for keeping things running smoothly today. Nick Nicolopoulos and the Bay Ridge Bakery for donating our spectacular cake and desserts. Irene Quinn, Tommy Stromka of M&M Deli and Skinflint's Restaurant for providing the food. Our crews today, Jory Gutzman, Dominique Lasorsa, Eric Berger, Kara Fury Lesson, Laszlo Chepanek, and John DeViglio. That concludes our dedication ceremony in memory of Peter Amentas. Peter will forever be memorialized on the wall of our boardroom for all to see. Light refreshments are now being served. Please feel free to come and take pictures if you like. And again, thank you for coming.